Married at an Arkansas wedding were Jana Duggar and Stephen Wisman. Many of those who knew the Dougie family assumed Stephen and Jana had separated years before. Hence the wedding surprised them. They did, it turned out, and Jana would reveal that the only reason she thought about starting the affair again was a handwritten note. Had the message absent, she would have told her new partner to go lost. Jana Dugg had not been intending to date Stephen Wisman for some time, even if at 34 she was wanting to tie the knot eventually. They apparently dated for some time before calling it quits. Jana told people that Stephen was not actually interested even after their first romance ended. She initially wasn't sure he was the only, however. Still, he moved to win her love, and he succeeded, but only with the aid of a handwritten note. Jana told the publication Stephen asked her out on another date with a beautiful handwritten note. She said that their developing connection depended much on the message. She added in a newspaper interview that she would have counseled Stephen to get lost in favor of a digital communication instead of a handwritten one. The couple said they were engaged by June of 2024 and got in contact at the start of 2024. They quickly found the ideal wedding site and then tied the knot on a Thursday in August. Stephen's great family nourished us. The bride's father, Jim Bob Duggar, walked her down the aisle as her sisters and sister-in-law watched on. Usually, the Dougie family doesn't make a big deal over a romance ending. This runs against their prior assertion that courtship protects people from emotional suffering. They have only made a statement about a split once in all the years since they came to public prominence. After a brief romance, Josiah broke off ties to Marjorie Jackson. Later on, Josh Duggar, the most ridiculed son of the Duggars, too confessed a failing relationship to fans. Jana never formally admitted to ending a significant relationship, but she did so when she came clean about her and Stephen's split before to rekindling their romance. Before his 2017 wedding to Kendra Caldwell, Joseph Duggar reportedly broke up with Carlin Bates. Joseph or Carlin has never confirmed it, however. 11 of Jana's younger siblings, who were born more than 10 years after her, were married before she was. Justin was the last Duggar to be married. Not too long after turning 18, he married Claire Spivey. Jana, at 34, was the oldest single Duggar until her August 15 nuptials. Jason Duggar is now the oldest Dougie son who is unmarried, after a turbulent beginning to a relationship earlier this year. Those who follow the Dougie family think he will be married before the year ends. Jana Duggar, the firstborn child of the well-known Duggar family of 19 kids and counting on, has drawn a lot of attention for quite some time. She is amazing for her grace, poise, and bravery in deciding to remain single from a family that values marriage early on highly. Her fans have always been fascinated by her love life and her aspirations for a possible partner. She may have hidden her personal life, but her unique upbringing and set of values most certainly guide her opinions on proper texting conduct in a modern dating setting. Raised in a home firmly anchored in conservative Christian principles, Jana learned early on the need of intentionality in relationships. Embraced by the Duggar family, the more serious and goal-oriented substitute for casual dating is courting. It consists of guided, usually parent-supervised encounters with an eye on marriage as the ultimate aim. Conventional courting gives limited opportunity for vague digital communication like casual text messaging. Jana may not have reacted favorably if her husband had initially contacted her casually asking for a date. Jana could have advised her suitor to get lost. In fact, in a hypothetical situation, if her admirer had relied only on texting instead of a straightforward and polite in-person contact. Why? For someone with her principles, meaningful, in-person contact anchored in honesty and respect, not with emoticons and casual chit talk, beginning a serious relationship starts. Jana is defined in part by her intentions. She pays close attention to every aspect in her gardening and house design projects, therefore guaranteeing careful and thoughtful execution of everything. She probably would have expected a possible spouse to provide the same type of serious thought. For Jana, the concept of developing a meaningful connection would be based on deeds displaying dedication, effort, and deliberate pursuit, qualities lacking in a straightforward text message most of the time. Prospective husband: "Hey Jana, want to grab coffee sometime?" In an imagined world, Jana Duggar says, "Thanks, but no thanks." If you're sincere, you'll discover a more polite approach of asking. In this ideal world, Jana would make it very obvious that meaningful relationships need for actual work. Real friendships are created, after all, by shared beliefs, meaningful dialogues, and real-world interactions, not by flimsy text invitations. Relationships in the Duggar family span the whole family rather than just two individuals. Both sets of parents are often engaged when a Duggar starts a courtship, guiding and assigning responsibility. This family-centric approach to love guarantees that the partnership conforms to shared values and biblical precept. It also implies that from the very start, respect and openness are very vital. It's easy to see Jana rejecting a suitor completely if his first action had been to slip into her chats with a casual text. If he isn't willing to speak to my father or show respect for my family, how serious can he really be? She could have asked. Jana's life has shown her great will for tolerance and patience. She is elegant and calm whether she is educating her younger brothers and sisters, flying with her siblings, or working on house repair projects. Regarding issues of love, these attributes translate into a respect for a relationship that develops deliberately and gently. Often motivated by convenience rather than actual effort, casual texting does not suit this paradigm. SMS lacks the emotional weight of a handwritten letter or a sincere discussion. It might be erratic and transient. For someone like Jana, a relationship's basis should be based on meaningful communication that gives depth over speed top priority. Any guy seeking Jana would have to show a great, intimate connection with God and share her religion. Future spouse would have to appreciate Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar and realize the value of her close-knit family. Jana, as demonstrated by her own business activities and house improvements, emphasizes thoroughness and responsibility. A suitor would have to share her diligence. Honesty and integrity are non-negotiable. Trust is first priority. Targeting her heart with intentional pursuit, casual or half-hearted, you probably would face mistrust. A guy sending a casual SMS may not start by looking at these criteria. Rather, her expectations would be far better aligned with a polite in-person introduction backed by clear objectives. The theory that Jana would warn a suitor to get lost should he approach in the incorrect manner has a funny but deep reality. Although the word itself could be more lighthearted than anything she would say, the meaning behind it, a rejection of half-hearted or lazy efforts, would speak to her. For young women who value personal development, religion, and family over social demands to wed by a certain age, Jana has been a role model. Fans all across have come to respect her individuality and taste. She stands for a countercultural perspective of love, one that values thoughtfulness over casual communication, respect over ease, and honesty over speed. When Jana finds her ideal partner, their relationship will probably mirror the principles she has maintained for a lifetime. Built on a basis of mutual respect, common faith, and deliberate commitment, their narrative may start with a face-to-face meeting under direction from prayer and family involvement, not with a hurriedly sent text message. Jana's experience ultimately teaches us all of the value of honesty in relationships. Although texting is appropriate for contemporary communication, it cannot replace the depth and sincerity of real, in-person relationship. Her hypothetical answer to a casual text invite, a stern but elegant, "Get lost," isn't just a rejection of facile romance, it's a proclamation of her relentless dedication to principles that put the heart above the screen.